With the international break marred with so many surprises and eventualities, with Premier League clubs rejecting to release their players to red zone countries, Brazilian FA has come out to find Brazilians in the Premier League, Thiago Silva and the rest, who did not show up for the international call-ups, and this may have adverse effect on Chelsea if Chelsea ignore this ban. Well, as it stands now, however, Thiago Silva will be unable to play on Saturday. But what if Chelsea gambled on starting the former PSG defender though? Yes, fielding an ineligible player becomes a problem for Chelsea, because as it is, Thiago Silva is under a 5-day ban. But this is what could happen to Chelsea if Chelsea ends up fielding Thiago Silva against Aston Villa or against Zenit St. Petersburg in the Champions League. According to FIFA rule in section 22 of the FIFA disciplinary code, which states if a player is fielded in a match despite being ineligible, the team to which the player belongs will be sanctioned by forfeiting the match and paying a minimum of 6,000 Swiss francs. The player may also be sanctioned. The ruling also declares a team sanctioned with a forfeit is considered to have lost the match 3-0 in 11-a-side football. If the goal difference at the end of the match is less favorable to the team at fault, the result on the pitch is upheld. It seems unlikely the Blues will take any risk, but if at the end of the day Chelsea decide to take that risk, knowing fully well that they are on their rights, it may end up busting in the face of Chelsea and we may end up losing that game by 3 goals, 3 points, and also having a fine at the end of the day. So I hope Chelsea can take these things into consideration and till the matter with Brazilian FA and the Premier League is settled. I think Chelsea has every right to not play Thiago Silva during these games, during this 5-day ban. They should just put them off for now to avoid stories that touch, because it can be very, very annoying, and you know what, rival fans will definitely talk what's it and what's not, and I think it will be a bad effect for Chelsea. Well, we don't know what the Premier League are up to right now, but Premier League should come to the defense of every club who has refused their players from traveling to red zone countries. You can imagine this period is a very dicey period. You have to go out, and when you're coming back in, you have to quarantine for 7 days, and it's usually not the best. These players tend to, at the end of the day, miss number of games, and the clubs are the one paying them, so the clubs should have upper hand when it comes to decisions in terms of players traveling or not. They're only representing their countries. It's an obligation to represent your country, but it's not force. It shouldn't have be forced. The club is your primary assignment, which they pay you for. So I think the Premier League clubs and the FA and the FIFA and Brazil will all come together to compromise and agree, because there are other countries too which players did not go, so they should have at least be considerate to these players. So I'd like to know what you think about this. What do you feel? Is this right or is this wrong? Anyway, I'd like to know what you think, and also if this is your first time here on our channel, remember to click on the subscribe button, click on the bell icon to get notified whenever we drop in new videos.